Today's episode of Daily Scuba News is sponsored by Paralens. If you fancy winning yourself a Paralens Plus dive camera, all you have to do is follow the link pinned in the comments. Competition closes on March 15th, 2019 and is open to UK residents only. Terms and conditions apply.
This red tide that's been haunting Florida's waters for well over a year now, killing pretty much everything that gets in its way, mainly turtles and dolphins, which is kind of sad. But new research seems to say that the red tide is starting to ease up and actually starting to disappear in certain areas. The team that are tracking down the red tide have said that they are seeing a reduced number of cell count samples, which heavily indicates that the bloom is actually, largely disappearing or dissipating, which is lovely. So now satellite photos don't show any significant red tide patches offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, which is good. The red tide is still being detected in southwestern Florida in the 10,000s island area, but even then, the scientists are saying that the concentrations of red tide are actually dropping off. So it's good news all around, and it's not just for the marine life, but it's also dissipating just as the new spring tourist season kicks in. So businesses who rely on the marine tourism can now get back to work as well. Because the red tide really did damage the tourism in the area, they're pulling out all the stops to let people know that the red tide is finally going and everyone and everything is open for business. So the total number of marine deaths may not be known, but it's said to have killed at least 150 dolphins and hundreds and hundreds of sea turtles. So everyone is really glad to see the back of it. Now, all of this doesn't mean that the red tide is completely gone. Florida will always get a bloom pretty much every year of red tide, but it's normally, not as big as obviously the one that they got last year. So fingers crossed that this year's bloom isn't a big, because that would just, plain suck. It's just good to hear that it's finally disappearing, for now. So come on everyone, let's go grab a bottle of champagne and let's toast to the death of the worst case red tide ever. So yeah. It's all good news, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching and stay classy, scuba divers.
We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.